Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Kerbal Space Program Hardcore mode. And in this series I'm basically playing a stock game. All the gameplay, all the parts are stock. I have added mods to pretty it up, as well as some quality of life and UI improvements on the side, but otherwise this is a stock game. But what I did to myself is I am playing this on hard, which means no quick save, no reverts or anything like that. I gotta live with what happens, as well as did myself the further disservice of turning the science return rate down to 30% of what it normally is. And what you see here is the Kerion. This is my kind of Kerbal runabout spacecraft. It is on its way, bringing our four brave Kerbals back from Minmus. It's on its way from Minmus. It's on its way back to Kerbal. It's going to, its target is to rendezvous with Kerbal Station and to bring along this little ore package. I had a contract over here to extract ore, 400 units of ore from the surface of Minmus. I've done that. I've got it here. And we got to bring it down and land it on Kerbal. And I haven't actually puzzled out that part yet. I'm sure I can figure it out. But the plan is going to be to dock this little package to Kerbal Station, get these folks aboard a space plane that is docked with Kerbal Station. We'll get these folks all down first, and then I'll build something that can go up and dock onto this thing and you know, bring it down to the surface and hopefully fulfill the contract. Now, I do have a second contract here. I have this contract to bring a newly discovered Class A asteroid to Kerbal and land it. So it also has to come down to the surface. And I have the Arm 1 that's on its way towards that asteroid. We set that all up last week. It is on its way there. It is going to be rendezvousing with it in a little less than 8 days. Oh, actually, no, that's just a maneuver to set up the rendezvous. But whatever, we'll be rendezvousing through it. Whatever happens, the asteroid's actually set to go into Kerbal's SOI in 8 days. So that's going to be happening pretty soon, whether I like it or not. And again, the goal is going to be to put it into orbit of Kerbal. And I've, again, not figured out how exactly I'm going to land it. We'll have to bring up some other stuff and do all that. But anyway, that's kind of what we got going on. And honestly, I think that'll probably keep us pretty busy. I do have here an alarm set up for Kerbal's periapsis to warn us about going into the atmosphere. We're going to do some aerobraking. Maybe I should show you where the contract, where our target is. Our target's over here. There we go. So we got our periapsis set to about 45 kilometers. We're trying to get to this new Kerbal Station. So we're going to use a bit of aerobraking to kind of slow ourselves down. I do have installed, I should actually turn it on, one of these quality of life things. I do have the trajectory. I don't have the trajectories mod installed. Oh, I do. I lied. There it is. I do have the Trajectories mod installed that will predict what the next orbit will be. This isn't quite right because it's making its prediction based upon the current shape of this, including the solar panels. They'll obviously have to be retracted, but whatever. We'll work all this stuff out. Okay, so anyway, yeah, let's just let's close this and let's start time warping and get on down there. Okay, so the alarm should be stalking me well before we get to periapsis. Boy, we are coming pretty close to the moon. It feels like we just went like under it. Okay, I can see the time warp slowing down. We'll get ourselves ready to take the plunge. Alright, yeah, we can delete that alarm. We've got the maneuver for the Arm 1 coming up in a couple of days, so we got time to at least do a little bit of aerobraking here. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program is an addicting game. I've been addicted to it for like 12 years. Alright. We'll get ourselves closer, and then we'll get ourselves ready for the plunge. I've not done the plunge with this ore on it. I'm hoping. I don't think it should do too much different to it. But we're going to find out. So I'm going to lock this onto the retrograde vector. It's always best to do this going engine first. These guys here are there just to provide extra drag to help me slow down even better. But I know for a fact that they can't stand the heating. So I will have to toggle them down. I think they are toggled to the brakes action group. There we go. It's not super nice when it does that, but oh well. And we got to retract these guys. Oh, and we got to retract our antennas. I probably have that on 0 for an action group. Always forget my action groups. You know, I can look at them. If I click on something, they're on. That's the toggle lights and okay. Service bay antennas and solar panels are on action group 0. Let's see how that works. So if I push 0, let's wait for that guy to get fully up. Fully extended. 0. That didn't do very good with the... Try that again. 0. Oh my gosh. Okay, things are a little bit weird. We'll just do it manually. There we go. Okay, other than that, this is now ready to take the plunge. Is the Clampetron Junior good enough for a docking port for my moonlanders? I'm looking to get the mobile bay from the science I collected. Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. I honestly, functionally, don't find them that much different. Like, if you're not lifting anything that's too crazy heavy. You could also, if you're going down with an engineer, let's get rid of this. You can use struts or to kind of stiffen up a connection if you're worried about it. Anyway, this is ready to take the plunge. I think our, yeah, 46, oh no, here it is, 45 kilometers on our perigee. So I just got to be ready to take the brakes off if these things start getting too hot. That's the only thing. And I find sometimes I can flutter them. I've done series in the past where I've gotten into modifying the part files and increasing the mass and increasing the melting point. Somebody was helping me with that, actually. I believe it's somebody that's right in the chat right now. And we created a second version of these that were tougher. And and more expensive, and heavier. But the rationale was these guys are made out of aluminum. They're made for aircrafts, and then the other ones were made out of titanium, so they can withstand this kind of heating. But I didn't do that for this series. So these are just the regular ones that tend to be kind of breaky. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep going. Can you dock a Junior to a regular Clampetron? No. The sizes do have to match. Okay, we are now into the atmosphere. We should be getting a nice light show from the Firefly mod. And we're about a minute away from perigee. And then that's when we get to our maximum heating, and then we start coming back up. And again, our goal is simply not to go down to the surface. If this thing starts going down to the surface, I'm in a lot of trouble, because there's no way I'm ever going to land it. But the goal is to simply bring down our apoapsis. Now, do I have the heat bars and stuff on? What is that, F10? Oh, whoa, 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 okay, okay, okay. I didn't have the heat bars on. And I know I lost at least one of them. I did lose one. Oh my gosh. Well, that was smooth. I like that. Do I have the heat bars on? And then all of a sudden they come on and they're just like red and deadly. See, there they are. Well, let's feather them back down. Anyway, nothing too dangerous exploded. I was just sort of thinking like, oh, I should have sseen them by now. Okay, we are past our periapsis. We are through the worst of it. I can set Kerbal Engineer to actually monitor the temperature of that part. There you can see the hot dogs. Let's close them again. At least they cool down really fast. That didn't work too well. I gotta be honest, they don't work super great anyway. It's mostly for aesthetics. But that was a little unfortunate. Might need to do some repairs. Oh well. Alright. Worst of that is over. Our apoapsis is down about a little over 3.5 kilometers. So you can see it's down to here. And what we can do now is open up trajectories. Let's make sure that this is actually set up correctly. We're going through in a retrograde orientation. Yep, that's right. And so Trajectories is predicting this is going to be our next orbit if we do another aerobraking pass, so I'm more than happy to do that. Just to show you too, like with Trajectories, it's taking the shape of the craft. So for instance, now you can see here's the prediction for the orbit, but if I open up everything, which I think was 0, right? It now looks at these solar panels and thinks, oh, that's going to be a lot of drag, and it will update so now I think it's lower, maybe not, but I'm going to turn it off. We'll just roll around again. All right, and it's going to be 3 hours and 20 minutes. Again, we're not worrying about the ARM1 for another couple of days, so we can just ride this around. We'll ride her around. I'll try to be a little better with watching the heat bars, though. I mean, might have to bring one up and do some repairs. Maybe for the future. I wouldn't say any number of hours of playtime are bad in this game. Being asked if 286 hours of playtime is bad for never landing on another celestial body. I'm someone too, like if anyone who's followed any of my, especially the live streams, know I very rarely leave the Kerbal system. Like I really just enjoy the whole process of the orbital dynamics. So I mean, you do you. Don't let somebody else determine what your pace is through the game. Alright, we're about to take the plunge once again. Let's let this get back onto that retrograde vector. We will get everything to retract. And I'll be ready this time on the those air brakes. More important thing, I still got my ore. That's what's more important. That's more important. Oh, shoot. I should have done a plane change. I forgot to do a plane change. Because we're not in the... Okay, we'll have to figure this out. I think we're okay. We got a lot of fuel. Because we're not in the same plane as the station. And it would have been better to do the plane stage when the orbit was up very, very high. And I simply forgot. That's okay. We'll do it on the next pass. All right, again, what do we got? 53 seconds till periapsis. Gonna watch that heat bar this time. Oh, disappeared. Come back. There's my other heat bar. Don't let things blow up. Here, we'll let them go down. The thing is, it seems like the heat bars disappear like right away as soon as you let them go down. And now they got to build up again. Now, there's probably some sort of skewing thing happening, but it seems to be... Actually, maybe not. Because these things have some pitch yaw control. So probably they might be able to compensate for the fact that one's missing. Because it doesn't feel like it's struggling to hold on to that retrograde vector. Okay, 6 seconds, 5 seconds till periapsis. Let that go down again. Again. All right, we're on our way back up. And yeah, we got to set up a plane change. That was silly on my part. Okay, I think my little heat hot dog here is going to be okay from here on in. Building up, building up, building up, but I'm not quite. It keeps dropping back down again, so I think it's okay. We'll just keep it locked open. All right. Oh, thank you very much. Is it Bodzv? I'm going to just go with that. I'm really, really bad when it comes to interpreting people's names, so I apologize. I will keep making these videos. Well, maybe not necessarily these videos, but definitely videos. Kerbal Space Program will always be part of it, though. I can't... Well, I shouldn't. Never say never, right? Who knows? Maybe Kitten Space Agency or some other game will knock it out of the park. But as of right now, the original KSP still, as far as I'm concerned, is really the only game in town when it comes to what it can do. All right. Let's get out of the atmosphere, deploy everything, and do a plane change. So what's my apoapsis is now just over, what's that, 1,000 kilometers? Everything up. Let's see here. I should have done the plane change earlier. I just messed up. Thankfully, the descending node is quite a ways out, so this shouldn't actually be too terrible. And I do have, I'm noticing I'm not getting the Delta V. I've been having weird things happening with the stock game of late. Like, it's not telling me my Delta V. The here it knows it's what the Delta V is. 1,101 meters per second left. Kerbal Engineer understands, but the stock game seems not to. All right, we're gonna make a plane change. Actually, what I should do before I do that, what's trajectory say for my next go down? Oh, I'm gonna live with that. I like that. It's predicting the next one I'm going to go into this orbit, and then after that we're going to plunge and hit the surface. So we'll do one more aerobraking run, but what I want to do is leave my perigee kind of where it is. So it's about 43.5, 44 kilometers. Maybe make it a little higher. Anyway, trajectories off. I always like to turn trajectories off because it actually uses a fair amount of CPU time to make all its calculations. Okay, we're going to do this. Making a plane change. Yeah, see this? See how it's all screwy? I was getting that last episode. The game thinks I have no Delta V. I don't know why. What is our predicted periapsis? I need to bring that down a bit. Oh, that's too much. Looking down here. Let's turn the scale down a bit. Okay, so that's a 0 inclination and maybe a little bit. I'm going to go for 44 kilometers. That's close. There we go. Now we got 0 inclination difference between us and the station. All good. Yeah, I don't know what's caused that, but it doesn't seem to be going away. It's kind of annoying because it's not giving me how much the burn time is going to be. Is there any way for Kerbal Engineer to give me what the burn time is going to be? I'm not convinced it can. Vessel? There's all kinds of stats I can do here, but I don't think burn time is one of the calculations it can do. What's under miscellaneous? Probably nothing. No. Silly stuff. All right, so I'll just have to kind of do a guess at this. Because as far as the game's concerned, it says I don't have the Delta V. You think there's an option in the settings? What, with Kerbal Engineer, John? Or with the stock settings? Actually, now I'm mentioning it, what happens if I go into the stock settings? Turn off the advanced extended burn indicator. Apply, get rid of that. No, it's still confused. I just thought maybe turning that on and off again. The old standard. Turn it on and off again. Apply, accept. Resume. Yeah, I know what the Delta V is. It's just the length of the burn. That's what I don't know. So I'll just have to sort of do my best to kind of guess at it. Look at the tab for the maneuver. Tab for the maneuver tab. You mean this tab? Whoops, came off. What did it just do here? I think I have to be from here. Like this maneuver tab? Is that what you mean? I'm just gonna... No, I don't know if the TWR is too low. Boy, I hope not. I think there's some sort of... Something's just borked. No, it's at full thrust. Okay, in Kerbal Engineer, there's a maneuver tab. Okay, let me see. We got time to work this out. Still 20 minutes to the burn. Kerbal Engineer. I don't see a maneuver like option. We got orbital surface, we got vessel, we got rendezvous. I would have thought it would have been in vessel if it was there at all. But I'll go through it one more time. Again, what I'm looking for is the burn time. I know the Delta V is there. Maybe the Orcan on top is doing something. That's possible. That's possible. Could it be a control point thing? That somehow it's messed up with... Yeah, that's entirely possible. You know what will be interesting? We'll see what it does when we're at a different vessel. But anyway. All right. So we are off. And I'm just going to have to do the best that I can. Okay, put her on the maneuver node. So it's 131 meter per second burn. It really shouldn't be... Yeah, that's just a bunch of nothing. But maybe something's goofed up as far as root parts and things like that goes. I don't know. It could be just something with this vessel. Okay, so if I give this a little test thrust. No, I think that was a little early. You want to get this line to get to here right around 0. It looked like it was going down a little too fast. We'll get it. Let's try it now. That might have been a smidge too late. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, I should have started a few seconds earlier. But it seems to... You know, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. There's a little bit of a pull to one side, which I think has to do with the weight. The weight balance is off. Okay, let's just burn the rest of this. Close the maneuver. What is our relative Relative inclination is 0. We are at about 43.8. I think it's good. What does Trajectories have to say as far as predicting our next orbit? I like that. I think we're okay. We're right around like this. I'm sorry. I am not very good for noticing what's going on in the chat, and especially if with long. You go to Europa, UBU. I can't help you with that. Maybe activating the stage again will bring back the DV calc. Yeah, we can try that. Let's see. Shut down the engine. And then activate the engine. Now, I think there's something. It's something to do with this vessel. I was doing a little bit, like I added this docking port. Maybe that somehow did it. Maybe something to do with the ore on the top. But we'll make do. Okay, we are coming back down. I'm gonna do another pass here. I mean, seriously, if you go to Europa, you're about 10,000 miles ahead of me in RP1. That's for sure. I just am getting to the moon for the first time, and that's just doing an impact. Okay, shutting all that down. Yeah, what I don't think he's experienced with SFS, and so I'm going to do the obvious thing of saying, well, what is SFS? I don't know what that is. I'm not that good with the acronyms. Oh, Spaceflight Simulator. There we go. Yeah, I don't know it. I mean, I know of it. I might have played it a little bit and just went, nah, I'm done. Same with Juno. Played it a little bit. Went, this ain't KSP. So I'm done. That's it. KSP has spoiled me. When I play those games, I go, but I could be playing KSP right now. And that's not meant to disparage anybody else who really enjoys those games, but man, I can't stop enjoying this game. So if I'm playing another game that reminds me of this game but makes, you know, only wants me to play this game more, then I go, why aren't I playing this game? All right, here we go. This should be our final pass. Again, watching those heat bars. And then we'll make our way over to the station. Okay, we'll let them come back down, cool off a little bit. Back to here. I lost my alarm. There we go. I want to keep an eye on the Arm 1's still just under 2 days away. So I think we're going to be able to get all these folks down to the surface and take care of all that kind of stuff before we have to go much further. We are on our way back up. Our apoapsis is under 500 kilometers. That's the other thing this does too. Like if all of a sudden I'm looking at my apoapsis is getting scary low, I can make the craft slicker by just dropping these guys. So I can kind of do a little bit of tuning of what this apoapsis is going to be. I have some effect on the drag. But anyway, we're coming out of this now, so we're all good. Ah, it's available on mobile. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay. Let's see. High warp a little bit more. Get out of here and start thinking about getting to that station. Okay, that is that. We are back in space. Cannot deploy while stowed. What was that? The antennas? Sometimes it does that. It's funny how sometimes it works and then sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Didn't like that the doors were closed at the moment I said that. Okay, so what we got to do next is we've got to raise our periapsis out of the atmosphere so that we have ourselves a nice stable orbit. And you can tell actually right when you meet it, when these two guys come together. That's when you're right at the right spot. Those two close encounter indicators. That should be pretty much, I'm going to put it, yeah, right about there. That's good. That should be good. And so that's our first, that's a 62 meter per second burn. So let's go do that. My electricity is fine. And lock her onto prograde. Yeah, I gotta be honest, nothing. I mean, it's fun. Yeah, if you want to play on mobile, obviously I'm a recluse. I'm at home all the time, so I might as well just be on my PC. So, you know, the need to have something when I'm on the road isn't really there for me. Okay, I gotta really kind of pay attention, don't I? 62 meter per second. Okay, we'll start. This shouldn't be very long. We'll start around maybe 8 seconds early. Let's do that. And I can actually, if I find I'm going too fast, yeah, let's just, no, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. It's a pain not knowing what your burn time is. Close that, close that, close that. Let's look over here. That looks, I think, pretty good. So we're now in a stable orbit. And now what we got to do is rendezvous with the station. So when we're down here, the station's going to be way up here. So what we got to do is probably do a bunch of orbits until these two come together. And what I just like to do is simply put a maneuver out here somewhere and just use this pop ahead orbit button. And that shows you, oh, on the next orbit, the target will be here when we're here. And on the following orbit after that, the target will be there. And then on the following orbit after that, the target will have gone by. So what I need to do now is just adjust the period of my orbit. So I'm going to put a maneuver coming up just a little bit. And I just need to make a tiny adjustment. A little more retrograde. Give it a little more. And I know it ends up becoming always a ton of icons all on top of each other. Right about there-ish. Can maybe see, oh, it's 0.5 kilometers separation there. 0.35. 0.7, 0.5, 0.3, 0.3. 0.3 kilometers separation there. So if I do this little, what is it, 8.6 meter per second burn, adjust myself into this purple orbit, then after doing a few more orbits, we'll meet with our station. Easy peasy. Yeah, the orbit button, this pop ahead and pop back orbit button is the best. It is awesome. Okay, what we gonna do? We're gonna have to do this burn. That's what we got to do. And hopefully this will all work out well for us. And this one is a retrograde burn, so let's put it on the retrograde vector. This craft is not what I would call nippy. Pretty much only visual mods. There are some UI mods that I installed. So, like, there's Kerbal Engineer here providing me with some extra data. I was using Trajectories just earlier. Some people will say that that's a little more than a UI mod. But all the parts are definitely stock. All the contracts are stock. All of that stuff is stock. All right, I'm going to get ready to do the burn. Got 12 seconds. Probably just start a few seconds earlier. It's not going to be much. 4, and let's do this. Definitely there. And I'm just going to do this to the best of my guesstimate. I'm going to guesstimate right about there. That's 0.0. And now you can see here our prediction. Oh, half a kilometer prediction. Beautiful. Okay, and what we can do, again, this is a few orbits in the future because I made this maneuver, which is showing where this is. A few orbits in the future. But I can delete that. That's our current situation, but now you can watch this all happen. I like this part. Okay, so each time we come around, this is coming a little closer. And a little closer. And a little closer. Oh, and we're going to meet on this pass. There we go. Beautiful. And in fact, we can take that off. Take that off. We're still more than about a day and a half to having to worry about my asteroid McThingy. Let's put this on orbit. Let's just put it on there. Okay. And we're going to be there in 18 minutes. Oh, and there it is. Just zipping below us. I always find it interesting how it works that way, that it comes zipping below us, but then we're picking up speed as we're falling, so we'll end up catching up to it again. But at first you'll see it kind of zip below you like that, which I always find kind of neat. Okay, let's put this on retrograde. We're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away. And again, just to go back over the plan, I have this contract to, not that one, this one, to deliver this 400 units of ore. Actually, it's a little more than 400 units of ore to Kerbin's surface. This vessel is not capable of doing that, so we're going to dock with the station. We're going to bring our 4 Kerbals down. We're going to leave this docked with the station, and then we're going to have to build something to come up and go get it. That's the entire plan. Just for people that are just joining us. Okay, let's see if we can narrow our approach here a little bit. Oh, that's making it worse. Oh, it's going to be a little hard to guess sometimes which way to go. That's making it better. I got to push it up higher on the Navball. When you're this far away, it's not as simple as just simply putting it on the two on top of each other. Oh, I went a little too far. A little closer. I also got to think about slowing down. We are going like 80 meters per second relative to it. Maybe start. We're only about a minute away from it. So probably slowing down is a good plan. Let's see if I can give enough thrust to kind of get this time to kind of stay steady. That's going to be my... Yeah, just like that. Staying at about 58 seconds. Oh. And then I'm just watching my distance too. I'm making it... Ooh, that can't be right. Oh, it switched over to the other indicator over here. We're now looking at this one. It switched it. It's always a little bit confusing sometimes, but it switched over to this one. Now switch back over here. All right, we got about a 20-meter separation. That's pretty good. Let's just lock this onto retrograde. If you click on KE in the right column, there is a button called Maneuver. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. I will most certainly look at that, Oliver. KE. Just looked in the game. Click on KE. In the right column, there is a button called Maneuver. So I'm assuming we come over to here. I got to watch my approach here while I'm doing this. Maybe slowing down would be a good idea. Oh, I see what you're looking at. I'm sorry. My mistake. I got it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Uh-oh. I just hit C instead of X there. Close that. Right here's Maneuver. Edit the maneuver. Oh, but now I got... I'm not sure this is going to help me. Okay, I'm going to have to close this and pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, we're 37 seconds away, so we got that. I can see our ride back down to the surface. These folks are eager. I think they've been in space for a long time. They're up. I've been cruelly keeping them cooped up at Minmus Station. Now we got to find a place to dock. We'll leave our payload behind. Here, let's actually just come to a relative stop here. Then we'll figure this out. Okay, maneuver. So all I see is this. Float. Oh, that, I don't know what that does. Okay, again, really do have to pay attention. Okay, we're very, very slow now. So we have the mount. Oh, wait. Post-burn. Post-burn period. Burn. Post-burn. Of course, I don't have a maneuver. Time to the maneuver. Maneuver no burn time. Okay. We do have that. Okay. This would be fine, but the problem is I don't have a maneuver set up. I'm sure of that, right? So if I went out here and made a maneuver, that's all that's happening. It's probably people. There we go. Oh my gosh. So we got time to the node and we got node burn time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Slow. Probably people were in the chat going, Aben, come on, pay attention. There we go. All right, so it is there with Kerbal Engineer. Note to the future, if this happens again, I know where I got my fix. Okay, in the meantime, there is a docking port on here, right there. And we are going to dock... Where am I going to put? I see a whole node of 4. I guess I'm going on one of those. All right. So let's control from here. Let's go for this one. Set that as a target. Let's point this upwards. Let's shut down this engine. It's not going to do anything for us anymore. Now, we were talking about mods a little while ago. Another kind of helper mod I have is docking, Navball docking alignment indicator, which is super duper. Puts this little red icon on here. And the purpose of which is if you put your bird icon on top of that, then you have the planes of the docking ports aligned, which is super nice. Okay, we got to use some RCS, don't we? Okay, just gave a little bit of prograde so I could see it, and now we're moving in generally the right direction. There we go. Slow down. Okay. Doing this blind. There we go. So again, I'm just going to leave the ore right here, I think is the plan. And we'll undock again. We're going to put the ship someplace else. Okay, so that's the ore. Now hit the right docking port this time. We're going to undock. There. Back on the ship. We'll back away. And then we're going to dock this somewhere else. This is going to be awkward. So I was thinking of putting it here. You know what? We'll make this. Yeah. We'll make this a future problem. Okay, let's shrink those guys. So we're going to control from here. There we go. We're all lined up right. Let's retract our solar panels and junk. You too. And the antennas. Just because this is going to be a tight squeeze. Now close that. All right. What direction? That way. Yep. I think that looks pretty good. All right, we'll see. Anyway, thank you, Oliver. With that Kerbal engineer, I was totally looking in the wrong thing, and it was like right in front of me, right here. Some of these are pretty neat. You know, I never really looked into this all too deeply. There's so much information there. Okay, how are we doing? I think we're lined up pretty good. The issue I see that I'm going to have is I need to get another ship to dock with this, but when this is docked on here, it's going to be totally or very close to being in the way. You know what? That's a next problem. That's a next problem. Okay. And then we're all going to load on this. I think there's also science that I can't forget about either. How are we doing? Almost there. This way. Bunk. Okay. That is docked. There are reaction wheels that I hid in here somewhere. A very much. I like to turn off reaction wheels, and what did I do? I hid them in the most obscure spots. There they are. I think they're right here, right? Let's toggle that torque. Okay, good. All right, let's all pile aboard here. This thing should have fuel and everything in it. It does. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'll figure out how I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, I should have put this on the bottom one, or I should have put that one on the. Okay, let's fix this. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I should fix this. I just picked like the absolute worst docking port. I just realized that. Uh-oh. Up. If I just put it on the opposite side, it would have been fine. Instead, I'm an idiot. Toggle torque. Oh, that one was... Okay, wait. There's two of them in here. And then this one? There's two inline reaction wheels. Okay, let's go. We're going to... Oh, my God. There. This way. Control from here. Come to this one. Nope, that's the... Ah! What did I do? I'm out of control. Did I like... Oh, I got my fingers in the wrong spots or something? What did I do? Oh, SAS is off. Oh my God. This is where we fill everybody with all kinds of confidence. There we go. That's the way I wanted to go. That's the direction I wanted to go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. All good. All right. Let's try this again. And what I'm going to do too is I'll grab these two dots. I forgot. I didn't realize there were two of them that I hit in there. And that one. And we'll get ready to toggle those torques. Oh my golly. There, that makes way more sense. And now something can come and dock with this. Why was I making it so hard? Let's speed this up a little bit. Come on. And there we go. Much more sensible. Disable those reaction wheels. And that should be, that is way better. Okay, let's pile everybody aboard. So, transfer crew. Born, we're going to, he's our pilot. Then we got Fuzzy One, our engineer, will be our co-pilot. And then we got our scientists in the back seat. I don't know why I always put the scientists in the back seat. Transfer crew, Bob, you're going over here. And then finally, Zambinis, I believe I have science aboard, so I need to bring that along. Yeah, we have an RCS pack. Okay, so is there science here? Yeah, take data. There's 11 experiments aboard, so we'll grab all that. Is there any more down here? And another 11 experiments aboard this one. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I stored it, dummy. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put her aboard. Okay, do not crash into that solar panel, please. I'll be angry with you. What am I hanging on to? I keep grabbing weird things. It's like she's grabbing the light. I'm just so paranoid about the solar panel. Of course, I could retract the solar panel. That would be the sensible thing to do. Board. There we go. We're there. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? We are going to the KSC. Boink. And right here. We're going to come to here. We are a little bit... Yeah. So let's ride this around. I think we're a little early. Oh, it's going to be a nice daytime when we come there. And this is the Woomerang launch site. It's on this peninsula. I just got very used to that being my spot to do these things from, so I'm going to do it from there. Okay, so I'll stop a little early. Undock. Back over to here. SAS on, RCS on. That way. Of course, I got reaction wheels toggled off. Let's toggle those on. Much better. There we go. Come on. And we should have all kinds of resources. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Fire up these engines. Okay. Should you do a probe to Europa or a human? I don't know, man. You do you. Like, I don't know this game well enough to really even comment on that. All right. Let's see. Gonna roll this around to... No, wait. That looks like it was gonna whack into it, didn't it? Let's do that very cautiously. There we go. Oh, my lights are off. Let's turn our lights on. This is our space plane. Okay, so I'm just going to give a little bit of RCS in this direction. Not a lot of RCS thrust on this. I really went for keeping the weight down and using my monoprop efficiently. Not sure if that was the smart thing to do, but that's what I did. Let's roll it this way so we can get a good look at it. All right. So we need to descend down, and again we're going to use trajectories to help me out because oh my gosh, does it make your life better. So we are going to go down in a prograde direction. We are going to have an initial angle of attack. I think I usually put in about 45 degrees, then 30 degrees, and then 10 degrees, and then 10 degrees. I'm also going to retract this solar panel so it's not factored into the calculations that it's about to make. And we're going to target the KSC. Put this on retrograde. Where's the station? It's well out of the way. Okay. And now I'm just going to put in a little bit of retrograde. You can see how trajectories is going to help me out here. Right? Oh, I don't have trajectories turned on. That obviously will help. I was on a notice that I'm not getting. So there's where we're going through the atmosphere. This is where it's predicting we're going to land. A little green cross is saying where the KSC is. So all I'm going to do is keep burning retrograde until I have the two crosses on top of each other. Just like that. All right. Point you around to prograde. We can turn the RCS off. The other thing that often helps is to take as much of the resources as you have and just push them as much forward as you can. So I'm going to do that too. So a little bit of lightning below down there. Probably should open this up again. We should be coming into the sunrise, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a charge on our way down before we go in the atmosphere, of course. Okay, so we have these FLT 800 fuel cans. They are our cans that are the most forward. There we go. And we'll just take the fuel from these other cans and just push them out. Oh, do that. Out. Okay, and what about oxidizer? Is there any oh, there's oxidizer back here. Let's empty that. It's good to have the weight as far forward as you can, and that way if it's going to flip out, it's going to flip out forward. It's easy to be front heavy. Backward, being back heavy, having the center of mass too far back is what gets you to flip around the wrong way. What about monopropellant? There's, oh my god, this thing is full of monopropellant. I can't even empty those, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. And then what we'll do, let's get rid of this, is we'll keep these two tanks handy, pin them over here. And then I'll keep this tank handy, pinned in here. And if I all of a sudden find that this craft is a little too front heavy, I'll just push the out buttons here and pump that fuel to the back. And I can control how that all works. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Remember, again, no quick saves, no reverts. If this goes bad, it goes bad. I am losing electricity. Let's turn off my lights. At least until I get a good charge. Because, yeah, that's always a possibility. Okay, I'm going to pitch forward. Just try and get as much charge out of this as I can. That's got 100% exposure. That's charging it up. Good. And, of course, we're going to retract this before we enter the atmosphere. But for now, might as well keep it up. No blinky lights. Blinky lights will come back on again. I'm charged up. Yeah, I'm charged up. Okay, let's retract the solar panel. Let's put on our blinky lights because we got to have the blinky lights. And let's get ready to do this. So this is here, this is here, this is here. We're going to put this on a 45-degree pitch as we come in. I'm going to put this on surface. And it puts a little green box there. The little green box is sort of where you know, what the things is that I put in for this. So it's telling you sort of where to put it. The little red guy's off a bit. So it's saying I'm going to come a little bit to the south. So I'm going to actually tilt a little this way. To try and, not in the atmosphere yet, but the whole point of this maneuver, trying to pull my trajectory towards the north. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, we are about to enter into the atmosphere, and then things start getting fun. We are in the atmosphere. I'm going to put this on surface 2 on terrain. And I can see our waypoint there where we're going, and hopefully this will all go well. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I always get this backwards. I'm noticing now my distance, so it's not telling me I'm going to the south. It's saying my landing spot is to the south. My goal, what am I saying? The KSC is to the south of where I'm landing, so I need to go to the south. There it is. Now we're bringing down this distance. I'm also needing to, no, The KSC is to the east of my landing spot, so I need to pitch up. We'll get it all right. We'll tweak this all in. We're not even into the thicker part of the atmosphere yet. You know, it's been a while since I've done this. I feel like I've... Am I going long or am I going short? I think this is saying I'm going... No, I think it's saying I'm going short. So I need to pitch down. Down, 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 down. That's it. That's it. There we go. I was predicted to come short of the KSC, so I want to pitch down a bit. There we go. Now I'm bringing this distance down and I'm bringing this distance down. I can start coming back towards the east line. The north-south distance is virtually bang on. I do want to start slowing down, so I do have to be kind of cognizant of that. I do have some engine control. In fact, is it 1? Yep, that just toggled the engines. So we're now in air breathing mode. Okay, I want to pitch up. Pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. Okay, it's very front heavy, so we're going to put stuff in the back. I usually build these things a little front heavy because I know that's safer. Wants to pitch forward. Okay. Pretty much bang on now. Keep it right there. Beautiful. Now that, well, let's keep this where it is right now until, yeah, gotta come up a bit. Getting a nice, pretty light show. Now I'm coming short again. I need to pitch down. Electricity is still holding, so that's good. Pitch up. Basically, it's just keeping that red circle on the green and the Navball, but I'm just not that good at it right now. There we go. That's it. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of these descents. I get people too, there's a common YouTube comment to do, you got to do the S-turn thing that the space shuttle did. The space shuttle did this, when it descended, it did these long sweeping S-turns. And that's how it controlled its speed and also its, and reduced its speed, but at the same time kind of got it going in the right direction. But the thing is, with the space shuttle, is heating was way more of a concern with the space shuttle and structural strength than it is in KSC. So you can get away with dumb stuff in KSP. You know, you can pitch up way harder than the space shuttle ever could dream of doing. Uh-oh, I'm starting to in. I'm starting to lose control here a little bit. Oh, I'm doing the wrong buttons. Stop. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, I got all the stuff on one side. Okay, just a sec. Just a sec. Just a sec. I screwed this up. When I should have just pushed the out there. That's about right. Okay, come on. I got to slow down. Slow down. Boy, this is really giving me headaches now. Now I want to push the in, but just for a little bit. I just totally... Okay, that's pretty good. One more. Okay, where am I? Because I think I'm coming... Am I coming... No, I'm coming long. I'm coming long. And I'm way to the south. So we can still correct. I think when I started fiddling with all this, I was making a mistake. Oh, I'm losing it again. Come back. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop playing with that and just look at what I'm doing. Use your eyeballs. Use your eyeballs. Let's turn trajectories off. And use your eyeballs, because I can see it, for goodness sakes. Just go there. I can fire up these engines, but there's a bit of a pride thing that happens with me for not doing that. Oh, shoot. You know what I got? Do I have? Oh, my gosh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Never mind. I was about to put on atmospheric autopilot, and then there's this shift P business with that. Oh, I do have it. Oh, my gosh. Atmospheric autopilot is awesome. I am really, I forgot I had that. Now, air brakes would be nice, but I don't have them. Right? Like if I put brakes on. Oh, I do! Look at that! I got spoilers and flaps and crap. Alright, we're in control now. I just didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't know what I was doing. Well, we're subsonic now, so that's good. And I've deployed flaps. It's been so long since I flew this thing, I completely forgot what it did and did not have. Okay, let's take flaps off a little bit. No, I think I still need them. I want to slow down. I didn't realize I had that atmosphere autopilot mod. It makes the flying much more natural. Putting on that little fly-by-wire thing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Under control. Hopefully. Look at that electricity plummet. Oh my gosh. Let's turn the lights off again. Okay, probably gear would be a good idea. Still have maximum flaps on here. Funny textures happening with the rainwater. Okay, I'm taking the flaps off for now. Sort of sorting this out. Not bad, not bad. Let's put the flaps back on. Just really try and slow this down. Flare a bit. Okay, we're here. And down onto this wet and hopefully not slippery runway. There we go. Whoa, whoa, a little bounce. A little bounce. There, now it's down. Woo! That was way hairier than it had any right to be. You were right to be nervous, Bob. Bob knows. The rest of these, they don't really know, but Bob knows. That was close. That was close, man. What were you doing to me? Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. So let's recover. Oh, being told there's a YouTuber that Edward Goodwin saying that there's a YouTuber does Fallout 4 videos. We're reminiscent of each other. I'm trying to remember Fallout. I loved Fallout 2. That I know that was a long time ago. I loved Fallout 2, and then played Fallout 3. Wasn't too impressed. There was a jankiness to Fallout 2 that I just really appreciated. But I've not played Fallout 4. I kind of got myself out of shooter games mostly because, My hand-eye coordination and reflexes aren't what they used to be. Okay, we have 939.6 science. We got to do some spending. I do want to end up finishing this tech tree. You can see I'm not too far. There's 550 science there. Oh, and these guys are 1,000. So I can't do either of those. I do have a Duna mission contract, so I'm thinking that will probably blow the roof off of it. So for this 550, we got a bunch of these quad decouplers and tri-couplers and stuff. We have that Hub Max. We have the giant Clampetron Senior. Okay, that might be worth it right there. And then a bunch of big 5-meter aerodynamic parts. What's in this one? Oh, this is the RTG. Yep. And classified reconnaissance imager. That's from SCANsat. Some other probes. Giant remote thing. Okay, I'm just going to unlock this one. I'm a little disappointed that that's all I got, but oh well, that's all I'm going to get. And let's think about, where are we at? We got a day until the ARM 1 needs to do anything, so let's think about, let us think about our little thing that's got to bring that ore back. That's what we've got to think about. So let's bring up our Minmus base, which is this. Yes, this is our little ore module here. So what I want to do is I want to remove that. We're going to make that the root part. Okay, that just created a whole big situation here. We're going to take this off. We're going to go over to the VAB with this. And it's around here somewhere. Right? Right? Where'd it go? There it is. Way down there. Okay, and we'll try and get this centered. Oh my god. Okay, let's new. Don't save. We're going to do this differently. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Do I have a background in aerospace? No, I definitely do not. And in fact, I think I have a background in physics and I have a background in math. So, and sort of the orbital mechanics stuff comes to me very easily. And the math stuff, obviously, as well. But not the engineering stuff. I'm clueless when it comes to that. Well, clueless. I've learned a lot from KSP. Let's try that again. I've learned more from KSP than anything else when it comes to things like that. I'm going to... This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the... let's not do that. Use that. Grab that. There. This is our ore package. Save that. Go new. Don't save. Go to here. Grab me this for now, and then this is our ore package. That makes way more sense. There we go. Okay, and this ore package needs to be full because it is full of ore. Is there one in the middle somewhere? Probably. Oh no, it's all structural parts in the middle. So how much ore did that give me? 450. That feels about right. And this thing has a weight of 5.5 tons. So what I need to do is come up with a way that I can bring this thing down without killing, you know. So let's put, or without destroying it. Let's try and put a little payload bay on this. Oh, this is the... That's a big probe body. Do I want that probe body? Probably do. It probably has all the good stuff on it. You know what? Maybe I don't. You got the Octo 2. Let's go with the Octo 2. So I'm going to change the root part here to the Octo 2. And get rid of that. Now I'm going to go and get this guy. Open her up. And we'll put a big set of reaction wheels because I got me a suspicion that's going to prove in handy. We'll put on another docking port. And And we'll attach that there. That's the whole idea. I'm debating which way around to go. Because we got to put some sort of heat shield on it. We got to put parachutes on it. And I'm honestly trying to think. Is there... I'd love to have the heat shield at one end and this with all the parachutes at the other end. And so what I'm thinking of... Here's what I'm thinking of. And I'm not sure if it's making any sense. That's always the problem, is I don't know if I make any sense. But if I got a 1.875 meter heat shield, that should be big enough. I could go bigger. Doesn't hurt to go bigger with the 2.5 meter heat shield. Maybe that's not a bad idea. So here's what I'm thinking is put a decoupler here. Turn the percent force down. Attach the heat shield here. I know that's... Oh, that looks awful. Don't make me change my mind on what I'm doing just because of that. Oh. So here's what I was thinking. And I'm hoping this makes some degree of sense. So the idea was that I'll put some RCS and all that kind of other crap on it, right? But let's make this the root part just temporarily. The idea here is that this thing's coming in. It docks at this end. It's not clicking, but you'll get that, right? And then we decouple. This is, and then this part goes to the other end with the parachutes. Does that kind of make some sense? I'm hoping that makes some sense. That means I might... I don't need a docking port at that end. Oh, yes, I do. Does that make sense? What mod gives you the sub-assemblies? That is stock. 100% that is stock. It's not a mod at all. So that's kind of how I'm picturing this. So this would go here. This would go here. Maybe a little bit of some kind of structural tube between them. Where are my structural tubes? That's a structural fuse. Oh, here we go. That one. Like that, like that. And then docked at this end would be where the parachute. So actually this is now, when it comes down, it's going to be the other way around. This will be obviously the part going through, and then all the parachutes will be on this end. I need to have RCS and all that crap on it, so we'll think about that. I got a great big set of reaction wheels. Let's throw in some batteries too. And some solar panels. I do it this way. There's a lot of batteries. We'll put in a Communitron in there. Like so. Solar panels. Just gonna make a ring of them up here. I can get them rotating the way I want. There we go. Out just a little bit so they're not clipping there. This has got to come off the bottom for now. So all the parachutes are going to go here. So what if I just did a bunch of these? Now, this thing has a mass of... This was like 5 tons here. Well, already, this is actually already getting up. It's up around 7 tons. The... Mark, this is always my standard. This guy is about 2.5 tons, the Mark 1-3 command pod. And one of these parachutes can deal with the Mark 16. This is good 3, 4, 5, 6 times heavier. So what if I put on 6 of these? It doesn't hurt to go too many. So this is my little parachute package. Hoping this is making some kind of sense. So this is what's descending. This is what's coming down. Does that make sense? Some air brakes for more drag wouldn't hurt. Yeah, you're right. That probably wouldn't hurt. Do something to pull that center of drag down this way. Where's the center of mass right now? That's the one. This is what got me thinking. Like, the center of mass is here, so I'd like to get as much. You know, the heat shield belongs on this end, and then all the draggy bits on this end. But I like your idea of some sort of, even just tail fins can do a lot for where the end up center of drag is going to be. But of course, tail fins tend to blow up. Look at aerodynamics. These guys can blow up really easy, but I could use just something like this. Oh my god, they're huge. And I guess the air brakes are like that big. Oh dear, oh dear. Deploy. Just thinking of something. Oh, they should be the other way. I want the center of... Wow, why is that? That can't be right. Then again, it's got the reaction wheels on it. As long as it has battery control, it should... I'm gonna depend on the reaction wheels to keep it oriented the right way. I hate this. I'm gonna ignore and pretend that that doesn't know what it's talking about. You know what? What we'll do is we'll put this for a test. We will put this for a test. So the idea is, I'm trying to again picture everything. This would be on here. We dock that to here. Then this pulls... Oh, I guess we got to dock... Oh my god, this doesn't make sense because this isn't floating free already. Oh my god, oh god. This thing's already docked. This is a puzzle. This is a puzzle. My idea was that this comes here. I guess, and this would be docked with the station, but I guess I could dock with it. I could pull it out, detach, move this around, dock it up here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me think. I'm not sure I'm making any degree of sense. So that goes there. That goes there. That goes here. This docks, we pull it out. We detach, we dock this end on. I know what I'm gonna do. Let's make this guy the root part again. The actual propulsion stuff for RCS will be in between. Think? No, that doesn't make sense either. It'll have to be below this. So I'm going to put a small decoupler here. Well, a structural bit. I'm not sure I'm really explaining what I'm trying to do here very well. What do I get when I put a poodle on the bottom of this? Oh, but then it won't drive because I'll have this thing on the bottom of it. Frickety frackety froo. This is just going to be RCS. Oh no, I need a little bit. I know what I need. Okay, sorry. Let's put a smaller can. What happens with the Terrier on the bottom? What's that give me? 0.82, 234. All I need is enough to deorbit. Use an engineer. No, I've got... That's the issue. I should have kept my engineer up there. I don't want to bring up another one. Now the challenge is on. I want to do this without an engineer. That's part of my issue too. Is I should have kept the crew up there, but I was too eager to get them down. And now I'm regretting that choice. Where's the center of mass of this thing? We're just going to wing it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to see what kind of chaos we can generate. I think the better plan. This has got monstrous reaction wheels. I want to get another one of those structural tubes. This is just for our RCS to mount to. Like so. There's our RCS blocks. Just going to get them as close as I can to the center of mass and call it a day. I still got to put some monoprop on this thing. I'm perfectly fine with these decisions. There, I'm going to go with those ones. And show actuation toggles. Yaw pitch roll is off. Okay. And I need some monoprop on it. Should find somewhere to stick some. Local. Slide those in. This is a hollow tube, so I can justify a little bit of clipping, I think. This is my awful, god-awful package. Attach the heat shield to the other docking port on the parachute section. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. That's the problem. There's always going to be a lag, both a lag with, you know, I want the heat shield at the top here. So that's why this whole thing is being configured. So that's a possibility. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Now what I need to do is get this awful monstrosity into an orbit. So we're going to put... I think I can get away with just a fairing base in the bottom. What do I got? Is that the, that's the 2.5 meter fairing base. I think that's probably a good idea. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. And you know what? No, you know what I'm going to do before I do any of this stuff? Is we're going to do a test in orbit of this. The concept. Sorry, I got a much better idea. Take this off. We're going to do a simulation. We're going to test this thing in orbit. And just see if I can. We're going to put this into a 120 kilometer orbit. We're going to descend and we're going to see what happens. Because if I blow this, if I lose this, I'd blow the whole contract. So we're going to do a simulation. This is going to cost me some money, but that's okay. We're going to do an orbital selection around Kerbal. We're going to go into a 120 kilometer orbit because that's the orbit that the station is in. And we're going to see how this works. This will be the proof of concept. Oh, make the whole heat shield bit its own little probe. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But let's see how this guy works. So the whole plan here is, imagine, okay, this thing was docked to the station. We bring this whole configuration in. We dock it, we pull this out. Then the next step would be to undock this. Like that. We will control from here. We will set this as a target. And we'll put on our SAS. RCS2. Oh, that's backwards. Okay, the RCS blocks are definitely powerful enough. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. See that now? Okay, have I cleared it? Not quite. I think I've cleared it. Yep. Okay, forward. I might tone down these RCS blocks. They're really strong. Like, unnecessarily so. Boink. So that's the idea. And now we're going to take this decoupler. Maybe do time, get it to stop wobbling a little bit with the time warp trick. Undock this decoupler. Decouple. RCS is still on. Can we... Oh, gotta go to the other vessel here. Am I on the right thing? I think so. I feel like I'm not controlling anything. Switch. No nearby. Okay. Then why can't I control this? What's going on here? Limited body. Oh, I lost my communications. Oh, for goodness sakes. There, the communications is back. Okay, we're going to control from here. Set that as a target. Go up. I guess I don't have the... Oh, wait a minute. Deploy the antenna. I have a relay network to deal with the blank spots. Not stop transmitting, just deploy it. Oh my god. Here we go. Extend the antenna. That's why I was having communication issues. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get smaller reaction or RCS blocks on there. It's very, very powerful. Okay, so this is the configuration I was thinking about. And now, I would decouple this. It is decoupled. What's going on here? I got some weird shroud thing happening. Okay, I got something wrong here. I'm not sure I can activate that engine. This is why we're testing. For whatever... Oh, no, yeah, why is this... That should have decoupled. I don't understand what happened there. Okay, we are reducing our velocity, so it is working. I think I have that decoupler the wrong way around. No, it's still... I'm not sure. But either way, this is working. It looks awful, but it works. Okay, we have a periapsis of 30 kilometers. Let's put this way. Now, we got to spin this around prograde. We have to decouple this. Yes. Okay. And now we got to hope that this works. Yeah, use a separator instead of a decoupler, Oliver. I think that's a good idea. It did kind of work, but good golly, it's awful. Okay. So, here we go. We can arm our parachutes. There we go. Parachutes are armed. To be honest, this, let's take off our... Shoot. Take the time warp off. Retract that antenna before it breaks off. This, with the doors open, actually has a surprising amount of drag associated with it. So this is going to help bring that drag this way. That's the whole thing. Yeah, we're going to switch that to a stack separator for sure. But all I want to do now is see if this works. I think this is going to work. But I am going to do... So what was I saying? Switch to a stack separator. Also, I want to shrink down these RCS blocks. They're too powerful. I don't need those. I need just the smaller ones. Don't need nearly as much monopropellant either. Well, we'll keep it. Doesn't hurt anything. And so as long as this descends all fine, we're good. I know what I was doing in the VAB was really, really, really complicated, but I think I got something that's going to work. So I got to use this KRASH simulator to do this rather than just... Normally, if I'm playing a stock game, I just like Alt F12 my way into orbit. And then just revert, but I can't do reverts because I'm playing this on hard mode. Plenty of electricity. Honestly, this should just keep it locked to prograde because there is like a big set of reaction wheels here. So even if the aerodynamics aren't perfect, it should be okay. There's a big heat shield. It should really be slowing down. I think it's going to be okay. Oh, I still have those enabled. That Reentry effects mod. I got Firefly and the Reentry effect mod. Oh well, that's okay. Hello, YGR3KU. And hello, Chubwheel. Glad you can make it. We got a lot going on right now in this simulation, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I just got to remember what my fixes I had in mind. I just want to make sure that this thing can get to a point where it is going to safely descend, but I'm honestly feeling really good. The only thing that might be a problem is that there's not enough parachutes, but I doubt it. I really do. It's got its 450 units of ore. We're trying to come up with a contraption to bring an ore package that I have in orbit down to the surface. So I think I got a contraption that's going to work. We'll see. Oh, there goes our parachutes. Oh, yes, Happy Feet. We'll go with Happy Feet. I'll try to remember that. And Skid Bid Thunder WT. I think I missed some letters in there. Welcome as well. Oh, look at the exciting thunder boomers over that way. I tell ya, there's a lot of active weather on Kerbal. I'm just going to wait for the parachutes to deploy. When I do this in the actual mission, I'm going to aim for the water. I think that's probably would be a good idea. But we're just waiting on those parachutes. There they go. Our descent speed is 4.8 meters per second. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that feels pretty good. Let's terminate the simulation. It's an ugly beast, but I think she's going to work. So we were talking about right here and here. This should be a stack separator. And I am inclined to agree. There it is. Put that there. I'm going to, again, put this force of separation down to like 0. And then that goes there. I still get that ugly thing happening, and that goes there. And then the other thing I was thinking about, where these RCS blocks are way, 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 way too strong. So I'm going to get the smaller ones, these ones. Go with 4-way symmetry. And again, as high as I can, so they're as close as they can be to the center of mass. And we'll go with that. No. This configuration here. Actuation toggles. Take the yaw pitch and the roll off. And, yeah. Oh, wait, you know what? This is what's up there. This is what's got to go up to the station. So, you know what? Let's go for it. I'm just looking at the time. I think I got some time to do this. So we're going to put in a 2.5 meter... Oh, for whatever reason, it looks weird there. We're going to go around this and around that and around that and around that. There we go. Put on the clamshell deploy. Jam up the ejection force. 4 sides. Okay. How is this staging? Is this just a mess or what? So this is the Terrier. That Terrier is going to be for... Yep. Actually, I think that staging honestly makes sense. It does. It does. Okay, so now what I need to do is build me a vessel that is going to get this job done. Let me think. It's got to get itself into orbit. I'm just winging this. 36, 12. Let's do 1,200 meter per second. That's too big. 1,200 meter per second sustainer stage. I can get all those words out. That's the exact same one I just had, you ding dong. There we go. I think the Terrier is going to be too small for it. So I'm looking at just this stage, about 1,200 meters per second. Is there really that much weight up here? Oh, but it doesn't have the ore on it. That's why. So I got to ignore that. That's minus the ore. That's right. So that's way, 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 way too much. Correct? It is. You know what? Let's put this... No. We'll do that. Okay. That's way too much. So we're going to scale this down if we can. Do I have a fuel can? That's the one I use. Do I have a smaller version of that? I don't really think I do. So instead of this, what we'll do... Structure. There we go. Where is this guy? We'll do that. We'll do... Actually, don't I have a 1 to 1.875 meter transition doobie that's better than... But you? No? That's what I got. That's the longer one. Alright, we'll do what I had. So let's get back to this, 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 there. Let's get a 1.875 meter fuel can. Trying to just come up with 1,200 meters per second for this stage and a reasonable thrust to weight. I'm trying to just do this in as unawkward as I can way. That's getting closer. I think I need a bigger motor. Here, put that there. Motors, 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 motors. Cheetah. Okay, that's looking better. I just need a little bit more fuel. A little bit more fuel. Sure, why not? All right, what I'll do is use 3 of these, because what I can do is do that and that and that and make a really cute checkerboard. And we'll just kind of push this up a little bit. I think what I'm going to do, I know I'm changing my mind again. Take that off with this. Let's get an engine plate. That I think will be cleaner when I'm all said and done. I don't know, will it? No. No, changing my mind again. Back to that, back to that, back to that. There. Then a 1.875 meter decoupler. That's you. Yep. And then a big old fuel can, like you. Probably a little more than that, but I need, what is my biggest, is it this one? Is it the Bobcat that can do this for me? Oh yeah, it's got a decent TWR. I'm looking to get about 3,600 meters per second all told here. Just need to make this a little higher. Might need some kind of radial boosters on the side. I should probably take a look at the chat. There might be useful things coming up there. If you use RCS, you aren't connected to the ore, so the center of mass is lower. I'm sorry, I've lost track of what that's in reference to there, Oliver. I just realized that I have not enough fuel. Oh, yeah. Okay, I am going to use this ugly beast. I think this is going to be the one. I put a lot of reaction wheels up there, so I'm hoping... No, we'll go with small ones like this. Like that. Let's fix our staging here a little bit. There, 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 there. That's in a good spot. I like that. That's all good. Need to turn down our launch TWR just a smidge. Just a smidge. About there. That looks good. And launch clamps. That goes there. That goes there. And I think I'm not terrible. I'm going to get into action groups. And on action group number 5, I'm going to deploy the fairing. And then I'm going to take this fairing and just move it totally out of there. And we're going to take the fairing out of the staging diagram altogether. I don't know. I'm thinking of going there, and I was thinking of ending the stream, but I can't go through all this stuff and not. I mean, it's ugly as sin, but you know what? I don't think I can do this. This is going to be my ore gatherer, or UPS, United Parcel Service, or okay. We're gonna go for this, and I'm gonna do the launch. We're gonna see how it goes. This might be really bad. What makes this hardcore? What makes this hardcore? No, I'm not doing the 10% playthrough. It is a 30% playthrough. And it's on hard mode, so that means no quick saves, no reverts. So that's why that came to card for. I actually started with 10%, and then I went, this is way, 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 way too much of a grind. I cannot handle the grind that's associated with doing a true 10%. Okay, stations. New Kerbal Station is what our target is going to be. Where is New Kerbal Station? It has just gone past us, so we're going to time warp around. There is a very high probability of failure because I was not putting a whole lot of, you know, I was kind of rushing. But, you know, when I get that way, when I don't have Kerbals aboard, I'm just like, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Okay, SAS on, throttle up. And go. We're off. We're off, we're off, we're off. With this very, 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 very weird spacecraft. Okay, pitch it over. It is remarkably stable. He says with some element of surprise. Yeah, that wasn't totally without surprise that this thing is a little bit, it's not bad. Not bad. Let's try and get it right on the 90. I want to try and be as close to equatorial as I can because the station's in an equatorial orbit. All right. All right. I like the rate at which it's pitching over. I got my hands away from all the controls. I always get people that are new that don't realize how much of this time you should spend just doing nothing with your controls. Just let the rocket do its thing. Just let the rocket do its thing. Alright, so 40 seconds. I'm a little worried about I got too little on the bottom end and too much on the top end in terms of how much delta V, how the delta V is being distributed, but we'll find out pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to start reducing throttle. So we're getting close to a minute to our apoapsis and try and keep that at a constant. It's at 55 seconds right now. Kind of let this thing still continue to fall over naturally. All right, there's about 280. Notice that I'm getting all my delta V numbers that I wasn't getting with the Kerion earlier. So I do think there's something borked with the Kerion. Not sure exactly what. But it's not affecting this craft, so that's good. Oh no, yeah, that's okay. You can pitch over. On to the next stage. Crank up that thrust. Yeah, it's a very big sustainer stage and then a very small booster below it. So hopefully that's okay. We'll find out. I think it's okay. Okay, where's our... When we get to 50 kilometers, I'm going to pop the fairing. That should be on 5. Hopefully that will go all cleanly. Alright, deploy. There we go. Didn't get to putting any lights on this thing. But it's pretty ugly. You don't want it lit up any more than it has to be, right? Okay. So watching my apoapsis, we are just over 60 kilometers. I'm just going to keep reducing throttle, keep the apoapsis nearby so that it has a chance to put a lot of energy into that periapsis and build up that orbital velocity. That's what we wants to see. I put solar... Yes, I did put solar panels on it. Okay, that flew better than I thought. I don't know why. You know what? I slap stuff together in KSP and I always expect it not to work and then it works. But you know what? A few simple principles and everything's going to be fine. Just deployed that antenna. You can build some pretty ugly beasties and it's all going to work just fine. Okay, we are getting close to, I'm going to stop at 80 kilometers here, but our periapsis is almost out of the negatives too. Just going to let her ride. Okay, what do we got? 71. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. Okay. Let's get up there. It's going to be, our periapsis is like 42 kilometers, so it's like almost. A little bit of drag going through the atmosphere, but it's all good. I forgot that I wasn't out of the atmosphere yet, to be quite honest. Okay, we're in space. Alright, we're a minute from apoapsis. I can tell the sun is setting behind us. The sun has set behind us. Correction. So the sun is behind us. The station is ahead of us. Still got 362 meters per second left in this stage. This is not going to take much to push the periapsis out of the atmosphere. Just a little bit of throttle here. There we go. 79 by 79. This guy is raring to go. We got to get ourselves... Well, actually, I should probably set up this maneuver, get an idea of how far away we are. I was gonna... No, we're okay. I was worried we were coming in too close, or too... that this maneuver was going to be too close. That if I ended up dilly-dallying too much, I'll end up missing it, which I don't want to do, obviously. Let's just set this up. So we got... There it is. 9.9 separation. I think it just jumped on me. I hate when it jumps like that. That's the one I want to see. That's the one I want to see. You know what? I'm just going to live with it. I'm seeing a 0.8 kilometer separation. It keeps... This one keeps disappearing and it's getting on my nerves. There, 0.7. Ah, see, it disappeared again. Stinker. Don't do that. Oh, now it's being good. Now it's not being good. Okay, I see a 0.8 kilometer separation. That is good enough. So we got this burn. It's coming up in 8 minutes and 24 seconds. That's going to rendezvous us with the station. Then we're going to dock with our ore canister and, you know, get that all set up. I'm just realizing, too, this is a very, very short burn. It's only like 1 second, so I should adjust my thrust limiter accordingly. There we go. And, but you know, I am looking at the time on the stream. We've gone well over the 2-hour mark. I'm thinking this is probably a good time to end it. So next episode, we'll try and get that ore canister down to the surface. Also, don't forget, the ARM-1 is about a day away from its maneuver to rendezvous with an asteroid. That asteroid has to come back and land on Kerbin's surface. Lots of stuff coming up, but in the meantime, I'm going to thank everybody in the chat. I'm going to thank everybody watching this at a later date. Extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who support this channel directly. And in addition to all the people that indirectly support this channel by chatting and commenting and liking, subscribing, and all of that kind of great stuff, have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.